March, and how freaking cold it is.
I know.
Are we not feeling the impact?
Right. But regardless of what anybody wants to argue, the why, it is happening. Like anything in life, if you use your car, if you use your house, if you use your backyard, if you wear your favorite jeans 100 times, we cannot say that our use of something does not have impact. So,
and we are using the earth.
We are.
Yes. And so you were asking me about what I'm doing with my work. So I'm doing a master's in nutrition science and policy at Tufts University. And as a part of that, I got into this with like personal health and planetary health, yes. And then about 6 months ago, I got the opportunity to work on a research project that is addressing sustainability in the food system. And so we often think about, what are the carbon emissions, right, or the greenhouse gas emissions of factory farm cattle. That's really important. It's very important. It's significant. And then we think about what are the health benefits of the food that we're eating. And part of how I'm on this path is that so much of the food that's out there isn't healthy for us, like 80% of it or something like that. So, but what's interesting too when we talk about sustainability beyond impacts to the earth and the planet and our personal health, there are also impacts in terms of social aspects.
So I've done my best, and we're here to say too, this is all about education and information. We're not here to make anybody feel bad. I'm not the best, so we just want you guys to feel inspired and have another little takeaway from today, something that you can maybe consider when it comes to your wellness and thinking more holistically at how our health and wellness, our living on this planet, what we can do to help our society, our sustainability, and I'm kind of learning myself too, so that's why I'm excited for today. I'm excited for our Earth Day panel. I'm excited to have these people that are ahead of the game so they can educate us and share with us. So my first question for Jen, and I think we all want to know, is so how does specifically our eating impact the earth? Like how?
Yeah, there's some staggering stats on this. So we tend to think about climate change as all about petroleum, right? Like I need to buy an electric car, right? Which, someday maybe I will, but not yet. I'm in grad school now, right? So pick my battles. But what we found actually is when you look at all the different aspects of industry and, consumption, basically, we're gobbling up our planet, right?
Right. Oh,
so, yeah, so what we find is that about a third of greenhouse gas emissions can be attributed to the food and agricultural system. So that's including, the inputs on the farm, the outputs of the farm, right? If it's like feed, let's say soy, corn, grown, where it's GMOs or pesticides, feed cattle, and then the excrement and the gas from the cattle. And so you look at what are the impacts at the farm level, the runoff from the farm or the emissions from the farm, right? Plus then the finishing of whatever the meat is, that part, the transport, the refrigeration, and food waste, right? So all the way from the farm to your grocery store or your restaurant, right, to your house. And then I think it's, what is it? And then a third of that, so about a third of all of our climate emissions is related to food, growth and transport and consumption. And then a third of that is food waste.
For food waste, would this count as like a small solution if you compost, if you start doing...
So first, eat your leftovers.
Okay, first eat your leftovers.
Eat your leftovers. I like leftovers. I can always figure out a way to eat that.
Leftovers, I'm sorry, I've been eating clean for 17 years. If I didn't eat leftovers, I would not be successful. It wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen.
Cook once, eat twice, or thrice, right?
Yeah,
it's meal prep takes a lot of energy.
I'm not sure who can do
So you're balancing the energy of the food, but you want
your
energy that you put in it to make it.
Exactly. So always balance and try not to overthink. We all overthink, but leftovers.
So eat your leftovers.
Yes.
One of the things that we do a lot is we make stock. So before composting, I save all my vegetable scraps as we're preparing things for a few days, and then I put it in a pot and make vegetable stock with it.
Just whatever. You just take so if you had a juice,
carrot peelings, onion peelings,
whatever.
carrot tops. Onion peelings are beautiful. They make your stock almost look
ever to make, I always think about all my extra from the juice.
Yeah.
When I make a
That
juice.
that's beautiful to make a stock. Oh yeah, just take all the fiber from that, and then because there's so many phytonutrients and electrolytes in all those vegetable scraps. Is buy produce that doesn't look perfect, and so if the produce doesn't look quite right, it gets tossed.
And that's what I want to know, like, where does it all go?
So some of that ends up in food banks. There is it's an ugly, it's called
Yes,
ugly
I was
fruit.
just
I
gonna
think
talk about
there
that.
is a company that is like selling boxes of ugly produce.
Yes.
Because I mean, this is what I used to manage
So
a
how many
farmers
are they
market for
throwing
years.
away?
So if you are buying leafy greens ever and you see little holes like there are bugs there, that's like thumbs up.
Right.
Because if the bugs like it, your gut bugs are gonna like it. Your body's gonna like it. That means they're not using any pesticides in the field. But also too, when we look at, what are we talking about with Mother Earth? It's more than greenhouse gas emissions. We're talking about land use. So food and agriculture is responsible for 40% of our arable land use and 70% of fresh water use. And so when you look at also too, there's our impacts on biodiversity and species, right? So when we are taking and we're using, gobbling up so much of the water and so much of the land, it doesn't really leave a lot for, different animal populations.
Right. We have to start thinking about all of our waste, not just our food waste, our water waste. I know I'm a culprit. How many times do you leave the water running when you're washing dishes?
Being aware of what are the resources out there? What are their limitations? How can we be more mindful and conscious of how we're using these resources? So
Right.
you mentioned plastic, and that's one of the things that is it's not studied enough. It has not been quantified enough. We all know that single-use plastic sucks. Most of it's not recycled. Most of it ends up in a landfill. But when you start researching the impact of food systems, that last piece of like how the food gets packaged into plastic and where that plastic goes, it's really hard to trace. But it doesn't mean it's not important.
What can you do to eat and drink differently so that we can reduce the impact?
Yeah, what are the choices that we can make? What can we do differently? So we've been talking about plastic. So we just focus on what you're drinking. It's stop buying bottled water. So one of the best things to do is get your reusable water bottle, and a stainless steel one is what I prefer. And filter your own water. The next I would say is to brew your own coffee and tea.
Yeah. Okay.
Because we want to make sure our coffee is organic and fair trade, so it's good for the farmers, it's good for the planet. So I prefer to make my own, but if you want to get your coffee on the go and you love your mocha frappuccino, whatever it is, bring your own cup.
Yeah, because I was just thinking too, aside from the quality of all those things that you just said, just from our conversation we're having today, if you're a person that goes and gets coffee out every day, that means you're getting a new plastic cup, a new plastic lid, a new plastic straw, a napkin, a bag. You're getting, and that's the same with when we were talking about ordering out, like takeout. Eat in the restaurant or cook at home, because the amount of plastic bags, things, the person, the delivery, to get you that.
So making your own beverages, and that's, like our beverage companies are trying, they're like, we talked a little bit before we got on this, we were talking about greenwashing and fair washing, and so some of the beverage companies, like the soda companies, right, are like, look, we're doing less added sugar, yay, so they're adding all these artificial sweeteners, but the bottom line is still it's plastic bottles being shipped all over the world, right, and most of them are not getting recyclable, and they can only be recycled once. Anyway, so again, more to come.
Right, I'm like,
I'm
there's so many recycling questions.
So, I make your own lemonade, brew your own iced teas. When I do my detox challenges, I teach people, which I'll have one starting after Earth Day. I teach people how to make their own cold brew teas. So you can make things that taste good on your own. So that's one thing you can do, is like upgrade your beverages. That's probably, because we're always drinking. I remember I lived in New York City. From a financial perspective, I was like, God, where is all my money going?
I think
I'm like, I'm buying Diet Snapple, two coffees, bottled water, because I was gone like for 12 hours a day.
Right.
Like, then I was thinking about it from my pocket, right, my wallet.
I think that's
But
where
now
most people
thinking about
start.
it, if you're gone all day, it's like all these things we're buying the beverages. So, so we talked now about what to eat. Well, Voss knows, and some of you watched us last time when we did this. What was it, January we did this?
I think it was in January.
I always teach about the 3 Ps,
I
right?
love the 3 Ps.
And they are produce, protein, pizzazz. Because the local is best. Local and seasonal. Small farms, great. We're lucky here in California. We have so many and so much access to it. But okay, so maybe you're not going to do that, or it's too hard. You're not sure. Um, you at least buy organic fruits and vegetables. And one of the ways you can tell is, and you're at the grocery store, they all have these, I think they're UPC labels. If it's 5 digits, then it starts with a 9, it's divine. So this is our onion, and it's organic, and the first digit is 9, so it's divine.
I didn't know that.
If the first digit starts with an 8, it's not great.
Not good.
Genetically modified.
Got it.
And then if it's not a 9 or not an 8, then anything in the middle is conventionally grown. And so conventionally grown is usually the farmers are using pesticides and herbicides and fungicides to avoid weeds, to avoid mold, to avoid bugs, right? All those things. So, but if you're getting organic, that's going to assure you that you're missing those things. And you can also look into like the Dirty Dozen and the Thing 15 from the Environmental Working Group. They give you lists of those things, but knowing
they kind of switch them around a little bit.
every year
too.
changes.
It's like always different, so it's kind of
Every year it changes based on consumption patterns. So back when they first did it, nobody was eating kale, right? Back, 15 years ago.
Right.
Let's see, I went to nutrition school in 2008. Like kale was like the cutting edge then, right? Okay, we're in 2023 now. Yeah, it's been 15 years now. And now that more and more people are eating kale, more conventional growers are planting it, right? So now we're seeing more, dirty kale. For sure. But I wanted to talk about something that a lot of us think about are almonds. A lot of us not think about. A lot of us don't think about almonds. A lot of us eat almonds. We just eat them because they're a high protein snack. They've been very well marketed to us. They're local, right? They're grown in California, which is amazing. But they use a ton of water. And California they are the biggest producer of almonds in the world and the biggest exporter as well. So in a way, like right now we just came off all these rains and we're not really thinking about the drought conditions, but the Central Valley has really been struggling with water for many years. So we eat almonds all the time. Hey, quick, easy snack, right? Plant-based, woohoo, protein source. What I would like us to consider doing is upgrading your nut choice. What about walnuts? I brought walnut butter.
This is one
as
of
an
my
example.
favorites, by the way.
Yeah.
This walnut butter is so good.
Artisana, yeah. Or you can add your own. But anyway, if you like always eat almonds, switch to eating almonds and walnuts. Because walnuts, for personal health, they have omega-3s. They have the better fats that we need in our diet. Almonds don't give us that. So walnuts have some protein and good fats. And those omega-3s we really need because they're hard to find in our diet elsewhere. So, and they use half the water as almonds.
And just as a general rule of thumb, right, to rotate your food a little bit, not only almonds, not only peanuts, you want to have the variety.
Yeah, because the more biodiversity that we eat, the more diversity in our gut. So that's good for our immune health and our digestion and our brain health, our mood. That's all integrated. But also, too, if we're eating, if we as consumers are actively purchasing diverse foods, then the farmers will grow more diverse foods. And then we will have a more diversified ecosystem. Not ecosystem. Anyway, so diversify your own diet. It's good for your own health, good point, and it's good for the planet. So, and then one other thing, we could go on and on about these, and I'm going to do a lot of details on this in my spring spring eating for Earth Day talks. But I got to talk about zest, right?
Yes, I love the zest.
So what I brought is an example of paprika. All right, this is organic paprika, and you're like, yeah, it's a spice. Like, does it really matter? Actually, it does matter. When they've studied the spices like oregano and basil and fresh thyme and nutmeg and cinnamon, all these things, some of them have trace metals, some of them have trace pesticides. So it does matter the quality of your spices. And I do encourage you to add spices in because we're getting like paprika I brought, for example, because there's been research in animal models with paprika as a source of beta carotene and looking at how much it protects against sure you're getting a variety of vitamin D. So even with your pizzazz, right, beware and do your best to get organic so you can avoid those pesticide residues and things in your herbs and spices. So important to include those, right? You want your produce, your protein, and your pizzazz. And really, the bottom line is like, eat like you give a damn, right?
Yes,
For your own health
give a damn, yes.
and for that of the planet. Because all the research actually is showing that if we are making the right choices for our body, that also tends to be the right choice for the planet. So if we bring that consciousness to it, it's a win-win. Right?
Yes, I love it. And obviously we didn't have enough time here. There's so much more to talk about. If you're interested in learning about these ideas, these topics, if you're interested in just discussing them, like you find them fascinating, you want to dive deep into them with us, you should join us at the Earth Day panel. It's the 22nd, so not this weekend, but next weekend. It's at 3:30. It's in the afternoon. It's just a couple of hours. We'll have a fun pop-up shop. It's just going to be really great. So I think that the more we talk about this stuff, the more we learn. But an Earth Day panel is really important. We really need to talk about these things. We barely scratched the surface in this, and if you have, like I said, more questions, if you're inspired, if you don't only want to preserve your body but preserve our planet, this is definitely a topic for you. Plenty of opportunities for you to get outside, get involved, join community, educate yourself, participate, right? You got to show up. Don't just watch this video. I mean, you can. I hope you watch the video, but maybe you incorporate one of the things that Jen talked about. Maybe it's just one small thing, but we want you to take action from here. So whatever that action might be, whether it's in your home, whether it's coming to beach cleanup, a panel, joining Jen's detox. Her detoxes are awesome. They're food-based. This isn't like a random...
And you can drink coffee.
Yes, yeah, they're good. So we just want you guys to be excited to learn about this stuff, as excited as we are. And I love talking to you. Jen and I can talk forever. So we're going to cut you off because you should come to the panel.
And you're going to meet other like-minded people. I think
Yes,
that'll be
it's
really cool.
community.
That's
This is
community.
community.
So I'm excited. We're going to see you then.
We're done. The universe is cutting us off, so we're going to go.
Yay. So we'll see you.